Yo, what's going on, everyone? I told you I'd be back. Just got a few podcasts I want to listen to and do some farming. Just kind of chill.
NXT fan, but it's not for a disregard, but it's like I don't want to get emotionally invested in Asuka or these other NXT wrestlers, Bobby Roode, whoever, if they're just going to get called up to Vince land and suddenly they're jobbers or they're what I call meaty-over. Instead of mediocre, I call it meaty-over. When you're over with the fans, but not with Vince or Triple H or Stephanie anymore, and people like Dolph and Nakamura and before them the Cruz Neville was the definition of mediocre. You're over with the fans, but not with the people that make the decisions, and it's unfortunate. And this crown jewel thing, as you know, I was very outraged about it. And it's unfortunate that, I mean, there's a young female, YouTuber who does wrestling stuff. She loves WWE, but I watched her video. It was heartbreaking. She almost had tears in her eyes when she's talking about this crown jewel, because as much as it pisses us off as guys, for this young African-American female YouTube wrestling fan of WWE, she's almost heartbroken and sickened that they would do this show under these circumstances with no women and so forth. So, I mean, that's the human element of when they do these shows for Crown Jewel and they sell their souls. That's why I say Triple H got a receipt. Triple H's torn pectoral muscle is a receipt from God as punishment.
I'm just chilling tonight.
Doing this show,
I'm just catching up on some podcasts.
Soul for money. It's a receipt.
I'll be down to play tomorrow.
Triple H is getting a receipt.
Yo, what up, Vinny?
Dude, that's hilarious.
Hey, dude, like breast cancer got taken a little too seriously.
This is on my single player, by the way.
Breast off.
I did a video.
It was
on Mike Messier's Pro Wrestling Podcast. Mike Messier's Pro Wrestling Podcast. I just put it up the other day.
I'm doing good, man.
Got a receipt, and he deserves every ounce of pain that he's suffering through.
Oh my God.
Well, Vince deserves that much more than, you know.
Well, everybody takes the heat for Vince. That's history right there, anyway. Like it's always been that way.
Yeah.
I'm an angry guy, and Joe, it's like this, buddy, and it's a great panel you have tonight. What keeps us together, what keeps us watching wrestling, is the camaraderie. And it's just unfortunate that social media wasn't around in the late 90s or even up till 2005 or so, when wrestling was still pretty damn good. We could have this social media to kind of discuss. Imagine if, I do think that if we had social media more so in the Attitude Era, I don't think it would have ruined things. I think people would have really gotten off on it in a positive way.
Oh, dude. I'd be rich right now, probably.
So.
We'd be rich.
Oh, you would be, yeah.
This would be crazy. I mean, oh my God. I wish that, yeah. I mean, that's why when people say...
In a way, though, dude, it would have been a little harder. You mean
Maybe.
with everything the way it is now, that would have been harder to keep kayfabe in general, and that's part of what made it special.
But the thing about it is, like, people always say
I
to
got
me,
filled
like,
up,
oh, you know,
fuck.
you want WWE to fail, Joe, and everything. And you know, I get, like, it's like, no, I don't, not really, because if I want them to all of a sudden write great stories and have better wrestling.
Oh,
and
I know what
maybe,
I want
maybe
to
go
do.
to TV 14, I don't know. But I want stuff to be awesome. I want there to be 7 million people watching Raw. Why would I want 1 or 2 million or 3 million? Because the less people that watch Raw don't watch me. So
it has nothing to do with TV 14, honestly, because it's all back to the comedian thing. Like, it's like a comedian that can only tell dirty jokes, or like you can tell jokes cleanly, or you can just be shitty at telling them.
Well, okay,
like,
let me
right
set
now,
the.
they're just shitty at wrestling.
Let me explain why.
Trying to sell.
You can toe a line and be controversial without swearing. You know?
Let me explain
and
why
you
it'd
can
be better.
Good if it's organic.
But I'll explain. I'm going to explain why
Nathan
it's better.
had said tonight too. You know, he's dying to know what the ratings are going to be. He was talking about it on Twitter, and he said, "Ask Joe if he thinks the ratings would be crap if the Patriots game was on tonight instead of last night." Absolutely. You know, there's so many other things that affects viewership, and
But that's not enough to.
but it is. It's a
It's a
factor
pattern.
because people used to tune into wrestling instead of other sources.
Oh, that's yeah.
now
for
they're
sure.
tuning
were-
out.
Well, dude, number
I think
one.
for a time,
Yeah, Mike.
I think for a time, guys, WWE Raw or WWF Raw was beating the basketball playoffs on TNT.
Yeah.
And I think a couple of times they beat Monday Night Football in the 98, 99 era.
Yep, I believe so.
But not since then, right? Like,
No.
I think there's been a few times individually. Once in 2002, I believe, and
okay, that would make
You already
sense. Like
submitted
closer
one?
to that
I don't
time,
know.
they were still hot enough to compete.
Well, dude,
So-
like if Raw was if it was like the Attitude Era right now, I mean, number one, I would probably be able to like go to WWE events and 2K events and things like that because I would be more positive about the product. Because 80% of what I say would probably be a positive thing about the company, and 20% would be criticism, as opposed to now where it's like 80% criticism and 20% where like I agree with what they did. So that alienates me a bit, where the company's mad that I'm not talking good about them. Road Dogg's not happy I'm not talking good. You know, all that stuff they gave me and everything the WWE did for me, and then I still was like, well, I'm still gonna give the review I think it is. You know, I don't care. But if it had been really good right now, well, then I probably would be getting all these perks and things. So that would be better, and there would be probably 3,000 people watching me live right now instead of 1,200 or 1,000 or 900 or whatever we're left with right now. And so it would no doubt be better. I want it to be better. So that's
yeah,
it.
we want to
Listen,
glow and gloat about the show because it's legitimate, not because
I
want to
read your comments. Caption this for Raw tonight. I put up the Natalia picture with her crying and everything. I want to read your comments there in just 1 second. But real quick, I want to give Mike Messier a final word on anything here before you go, Mike.
I've just been watching WCW Sold Out 98.
Yeah.
I was watching WCW Halloween Havoc 98. This is my message for all the wrestling fans out there. You do not have to be restricted to WWE. You have other promotions to watch. You can watch MLW, Anthem Wrestling, New Japan. And get this, you don't have to be restricted to, quote, the current product, quote. There's many ways to get DVDs through many different methods of promotions that have come and gone. WCW, Jim Crockett Promotions, 83 to 86, 87. Mid-South Wrestling. You don't have to get the network to see this stuff. In fact, I encourage people to explore non-WWE network availability for old school wrestling, anything from the 80s or whatever, just because there really is good wrestling out there to watch, but sometimes you have to dig a little bit deeper and expand your mind. And if nothing else, you'll appreciate the contrast between the old stuff and what's going on today. Even if you still like the stuff today better, because that's what you can go to the arena and see, if you watch an old Midnight Express versus Rock and Roll Express 45-minute tag team match, or Dusty Rhodes Ric Flair match, or Magnum TA Tully Blanchard Starkey 85, you're going to know what Mike Messier digs, and that might resonate with people. Like, oh, why is this Mike Messier? You know what I mean? That's
Well,
just
it
a thought for
depresses me.
everybody.
It depresses me. Dude, every week when I watch that stuff, though, Jesse, it depresses me. Like, I'm like, because Mike, well, I watch the network like
the old
Mike
school
does.
stuff.
Yeah, and I just think, oh, God, like.
Well, I think he's got a good point though, especially like people that don't like. Let's say you just been watching the last few years, like half a decade. You really don't know what a real tag team is. Like if you don't go back and watch some of that old stuff, when a tag team actually had a true sense.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, you know.
The tag teams are awful.
It's a whole other feel. That's so.
Yeah,
what
the
he was
tag teams of today are like oil and water, as were back then. They combined so perfectly.
Yeah.
Create a wrestling time machine. A wrestling time machine. Put on wrestling from a different era and maybe music from a different era, and create your own little, you know, Austin Powers time machine. It's just something to do for fun.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. Mike Messier, check him out on Twitter. What are you at, Mike Messier on Twitter?
It's Mikey Messier, angry wrestling fan, Truth in Advertising, and MikeMessier.com. Joe, like I said, the invite's out there, buddy. Tuesday or Friday, you can come to the station, bring Jake if you want, and we'll have you on Messier Mantra and Seekonk. So just send me a message in MikeMessier.com, and I'll book you for a talk in the studio.
I'd love to do it, man. I am going to do it, and maybe Jake will come with me. That'd be kind of cool if we could do that. I definitely want to get out there and do that with you. And,
not tonight.
We'll show some clips on the show.
I would love to play with you, but tomorrow night I can play.
Mike Messier,
I just wanted to get caught up on some podcasts tonight.
See you guys, thanks.
Thank you so much.
I love Mike, man. You might not always agree with Mike, but I really appreciate his opinions because he comes from a couple different angles sometimes, which I find interesting.
Passionate take he has too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Joe, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you how long do you think that you're going to continue to review WWE and Raw and SmackDown product? Do you think you're ever going to get tired of the nonsense and ever like find something else, or do you think that you're going to continue on this kind of roll through the moss and shit with WWE?
It's real simple. I mean,
hey, Karen, did you ever get
as long as it feeds my family, which it does.
Steam downloaded?
I mean,
I think it's what Bill did, so why not?
Yeah, this is what I mean, dude. This show feeds my family. Which, by the way, thank you for the donations tonight. You guys keep my show going, keeping me here. So I'll tell you, if I ever leave, it's because the support went away from the listeners, or the Patreon support went away. But right now, no, I don't. We're certainly not going away right at this point. But you never know. But here's something interesting I want to bring up too. I put out polls for the last few months on Twitter. Now, I used to put out polls. What did you think of Raw? Awesome, good, okay, didn't watch. Right? I put out a lot of polls like that. The answers to that poll, usually in the past, like last year and 2 years ago.
Tell you one thing, I'm not into the sugar cane
hated
either.
Raw, or it was
I'll
okay.
probably get plowing it
or it
out
was
of
like
here.
loved it, hated it, and there was like tie on. It was great, and I hated it. And those were like tie, and like didn't watch was like 5 to 15%. So if I were to pull up my old polls, you would see that the most common answer in 2017 was didn't like the episode, hated the episode. It is very telling to come out and tell you that over the last 6 months, the most popular thing to write on my polls are didn't watch. It went from, a fight between liking it and hating it, or thinking it's mediocre, one of those three. Either liked it, hated it, or mediocre. A lot of times mediocre. It went from that to didn't watch. That is extremely telling and devastating. That is not a thing to be taken lightly. Road Dogg and other WWE officials and other WWE people out there, this is no small thing. We're talking about these polls that I would run would get back when I had a bigger Twitter before my Twitter got suspended, my old Twitter. It would get between 500 and 3,000 votes sometimes. And you could have 3,000 votes deafening. Well, I just went over and took a look at my buddy Solomonster's fucking poll. Because I didn't put one up tonight. But he did. Guess what? And he's got a different audience than me a little bit. Guess what? Thumbs up 15%. Thumbs down 25%. Didn't watch 60%. And this has been a reoccurring theme on his polls and my polls and other people's polls.
And he garners are usually a little bit more positive.
Yes, his audience is a bit more forgiving and open-minded. Didn't watch. That is, I cannot explain to you, that has never happened. This has never happened before. Since in the last 6 years that I've been covering wrestling like this on YouTube and being live after every event, the last 6 years, that has not been there. In fact, it's been there so little, I took it off the poll. I wouldn't even have didn't watch there all the time because nobody would
Karen,
really
how
vote
you doing
that.
today?
It would be like 5% to 10% didn't watch. In fact, NXT would get the highest didn't watch. It would get like 20 to 30% didn't watch. WWE main roster is getting like 50% or more didn't watch. That is insane. This is not good, WWE. Sarah Khan. Sarah, thank you for subbing to the channel. What's up? Guys, if you want to get your donations in, now's the time to support the show. Also, don't forget about Patreon. mypatreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Go to patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. We got a bunch of shit up on there, and I'm going to read some of these clippings from the Natalia thing. So here's the Natalia post. Caption this for the Raw review tonight. Let's take a look. Ring of Scum says, when she realizes you lied about pulling out to nut on her face. Oh my god. That is the top liked comment, I believe.
I wonder why. That's gold.
Pocket Aces said, I said swallow it. Teddy Two Stoned Heart says, it's like Tyson Kidd blew his load all over her face.
That's her brother.
No, that's her boyfriend.
When all you want your glasses back.
Did you say that's her brother, Tommy?
My bad. I thought he was. My bad.
Well, that
I could see that.
probably. I mean,
Yeah, with all the Hart family relations going on there.
yeah, you know that it's probably happened.
Corey McGinnis said, Brazers. That's funny. I remember my first trip to Vince's office, Patty said. I feel like that's the best one.
God damn.
Oh my god. Dude, that one should have won. That one should have the most votes.
That's good shit.
Oh my god, dude, that's fucking...
funny, dude. You should actually, like, put that in the photo. That's great.
That's great.
Dude, that's the best one so far.
I remember my first trip to Vince's office.
Oh my god. Mike M says Raw is porno.
These women get NXT to see what I got.
Have a picture of Vince's face staring at that diva's ass back in the day.
All for None says, Natalia, you got some white substance coming out from your lip. TX Sheepdog said the face you get after WWF's you Raw. WWE facial. When No Nut November is a failure, says KJ McKay. Hopeless Emotion Raw fucks us all every night. COB says, shaking my head, what the fuck, man? Natty out here looking like a damn fool. She needs to turn. The Chayla says the face, the Liberals tomorrow after another pasting at the polls. Oh yeah, that's right. The midterms are coming up for everybody.
We're not.
Treehouse Vince or Treehouse Party says, I'm sorry, Vince, I didn't mean it. That's kind of fun. Any Vince joke seems to work. Big Merc, day after Halloween, come pumpkin dumpster. Thank you, man. That's a good reference to me. Must have been Strowman's load. Legend cut to catch them all. Should be liking some of these. And what else we got? I'll do a couple more. There's something about Natalia. She didn't swallow the whole sharpshooter. Shaking my head. Somebody lost. No, not November.
Bitter semen.
Leave Brie alone. Raw gave her AIDS. Someone left cum on her face. Tyson doesn't even like busting on her. Jesus. I told you. This is so messed up. Needs the Brazers logo. I agree.
The winner was that that one.
That Vince one won, yeah.
Yeah, that thing won.
Some people did write Nut-talia. That's funny.
Nut-talia.
Oh no.
Yeah, a lot of people wrote.
Razer sponsored Nut-talia.
Oh fuck, that could be funny instead of like you could have like Nutella fucking.
I'm going with Patty though. I remember my first trip to Vince's office.
That's that right there. It's just too fucking funny. Oh look at her! Look at the close up on her eyelashes. That was funny.
Oh god.
Can you imagine? Oh fuck that. Oh, they could really hold a load. Those things. Look at that.
Her eyelashes look like they're gonna take off into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Really. Oh, anyway. Yeah, let's run through some of the other stuff real quick, and we'll get the fuck out.
Yeah.
If I had eyelashes like that, I'd have fucking flown.
You know, Joe.
Yeah.
Something I gotta say. I think I kind of disagree about Strowman. I feel like, in my opinion,
why are you wearing
Strowman's
glasses? Can we? Why are you wearing glasses?
Oh shit.
I just, I don't know. I just felt like it.
Do you have a prescription?
No, they're the glasses that you would get from the what is it? The movie theater, the 3D glasses.
They're the Harry Potter glasses, Joe.
Why the fuck are you wearing them then?
You need a giant pencil or something to.
I'm trying to look smart over here.
Are you trying to look smart? Like, why are you wearing? Aren't they hurting your eyes?
No, they're not hurting my eyes.
No, they're not like if they were glasses, they would.
I popped the lenses out just so I can look smart.
So you're
Or
wearing.
if I do the Matt Foley skit, you know.
You're wearing.
I'm Matt Foley, and I am 35 years old, and I live in a van down by the river.
Matt Foley.
All right. Thanks, Tommy, for calling.
The Matt Foley skit, everybody. Not Chris Farley, the Matt Foley skit.
All you do is nothing.
You're wearing glasses you don't need.
I can't. He said Chris Farley's Matt Foley. Usually I don't give him shit for the name thing, but that's too far.
He's wearing.
What if you'd have said like
glasses.
someone said Harry Potter in the chat? What if it would have been like, I like Harry Potter?
But he's wearing glasses he doesn't need, that he cut holes in, so he could just
cut holes in.
Just so he could like, so he could sit there and like adjust them and like keep looking like that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Tommy?
That's
I have to go
7,
back
that's 8.
now and see the holes cut in. I didn't see that.
Oh my
Did you
god,
write
these are
that down?
3D glasses. I took the 3D part out of them so I could wear. Like, what the? Are you a fucking 5-year-old, dude?
Okay.
What the fuck, dude? No wonder he doesn't. I don't even know how he. A giant fucking scissor, dude. You're a fucking child. You are a goddamn child. You have an oversized pen and scissors. And
well,
the
no, he
whole
should
shit.
have an oversized pen. He needed that for the glasses bit. Just sit there with this pen, pretend like he was writing some shit, taking notes on raw.
Yeah, it's basically
Dude, I hope Tommy's Make-A-Wish comes true sometime.
Oh,
Yo,
there we go, Jake.
Kieran, are you in the
All
chat?
right, run me through the rest of this. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna kill myself soon. Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, some people.
You can do that with a pen.
So after Raw went off the air, we saw Kurt Angle getting his ass kicked continually by Drew McIntyre. Dolph Ziggler joins him in the ring, and the two men went to attack the Hall of Famer, and then backup arrived. Braun Strowman came out, and the former allies were now feuding in the middle of the ring. Braun gave them both running power slams, and then McIntyre hit him with a Claymore kick. The Scottish Star was distracted and gave Strowman enough time to recover to hit another running power slam. And that's when Braun ripped his shirt off and celebrated with a sexual gaze into Kurt Angle's eyes with the Universe in Manchester. So he saved Kurt Angle from a further.
Well, I'm getting rid of all this crap.
Whoopie-doo.
Yeah, Kurt Angle looked rough, man. It was, and like that caller said earlier, man, it looks like they're going that route with it. So we'll see. You never know.
You know what makes me laugh too is that the fans, not even like the smart mark fans in Saudi, but they were upset over there with John Cena not showing up. They were genuinely displeased with him not coming, and I can understand. It is an insult for the people that are there that bought tickets. And they said that even though he's a favorite among wrestling fans, when he decided not to go to Crown Jewel, everyone felt betrayed. Every shirt had been sold out by the end of the show except for John Cena's. So all of the merchandise WWE brought over there for their tables to be sold, which had to be pre-approved, I guess, for sale, all of them were sold out except for John Cena's merchandise. I just find that to be extremely interesting. So.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
His was it because of the same reason as like
Yo,
Daniel,
Kieran,
like,
are you there?
personal reasons?
Well, his was more of a.
No.
Oh, that was the PR thing with the
Hollywood thing, because they'll be like.
I feel like it kind of protects his gimmick too, because he's one of the first stars that people can bring up, like, I don't know, that he's like one of their patriotic kind of gimmicks that, first one to come out if something goes big in the country or something, like something goes bad. So like it's almost good that he wasn't there. But
well, think about it, they even asked like Randy Orton, like TMZ got Randy Orton, so it'd be a nightmare for Cena if he started getting questioned by all these places. Like, you went to Saudi Arabia though, and
yeah, that's kind of my point. Is with him it would be a bigger thing.
Yeah, like The Rock, absolutely no. John Cena, no. Daniel Bryan is the one where it's like, well, you know, he got away with something. He's the one who, like, you know, really...
He's a vegan. Nobody gives a shit.
But he just didn't have the excuse. I mean, everyone did, but I mean, he's the only one that, you know, got away with it that didn't really have...
Yeah, that was great, too. You gotta love that.
The other wrestlers are probably pissed. I mean, maybe at Bryan. I don't know. Although he didn't get the payday.
I know it's not a huge shocker, but it definitely is interesting for the fact that, you know, his stuff didn't sell out because they usually just, you know, they don't have the ability to always buy all the merchandise that's available. So I thought it was interesting, but hey. What else did we not cover for Raw? We talked about Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax, and Tamina embracing in a lesbian hug before they go in scissor. The bullshit with Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor, I didn't care for that at all. Like you said last week, you knew Bobby Lashley was going to win this week. They just continue to go ahead and trade wins here, back and forth and back and forth. It's boring. It does nothing for either man. It really decimates any type of push that either can garner. And especially with Lashley on, you know, this rise as a heel, with Lio Rush, it's not working if he's going to keep losing consistently. And especially if he needs Lio Rush to help him win each time. I don't know. It's just not a hit, that's for sure. And I didn't care for the way they booked Kurt Angle. They made him look just feeble and old at the end. It was bizarre. I don't know why they made him look so just inadequate, but...
Yeah, he did. He looked like a rundown dog tonight.
Especially when you consider we just, you know, for the main event we saw at Crown Jewel with DX and the Brothers of Destruction, Angle's in better shape, it seems, than all four of those guys combined almost, and
he's
really, it's just...
Shawn, man.
Only Shawn. Yeah, I would say he's probably in better shape than only Shawn. But again, like, they didn't let him wrestle at all. He's got to be out of it a little. We already knew he was breaking down and shit like that, so, I mean... Who the fuck is subbing? Who's subbing so I can shout them out? Oh, that's Sarah Khan. Sarah Khan, thank you for subscribing to the channel, Sarah. We'll play these donations here. See what you guys are saying about this shit. If you have an opinion about tonight's Monday Night Raw, get it in there.
I got everyone's fucking addresses, Mon.
I quit WWE. This is my update system on it, and I'm not missing a thing, and it's sad I miss.
Yeah.
The good days, hashtag make who good dadgy, and hashtag Trump does better, Vince.
Sav King or 651 King, thank you for the donation. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring back my retro review so we can all hang out and watch something maybe. But you know, it's been so crazy that I've been careful with what I put on Patreon. But I think I do want to kind of bring that back. If you guys want, feel free to click that like button. Don't forget to hit the like button, stick the thumb up my ass. We got a few more things to talk about here. And a few more donations that I do want to let play. And there's some stuff coming out, too, about some other things that we'll talk about. And I'm just going over everything real quick. The Nia Jax thing, I wasn't a fan of that. I think that's ridiculous. And that was really it.
That was it.
It's going good, man. How you doing? Getting rid of sugar cane.
Stop being re-Tommy. Are you guys still watching Raw even though it gave Roman Reigns leukemia? Too soon?
Oh, God. D version 1. Thanks for dropping
How you doing?
$7. Yeah, someone said it was Ligma.
I don't even know how to say. Start off by saying your name.
Ryback was fighting with me on Twitter. I was waiting for Ryback to be like, I don't have Ligma.
You drunk, you.
The best was how Ed's view schooled him.
Is that sunflower?
Did you see that Ryback's son tweet Twitter earlier?
Oh my God, no.
This is what it's like to watch Monday Night. Oh, what the hell am I staring at? What the fuck?
This is fine. Okay, dude.
Vince McMahon, you're killing me. Vince McMahon, this wrestling give me a disease. Oh, Monday Night Raw sucks. Also sucks and if they call someone up from NXT, I know they're gonna get really bad quickly. And now, I wanna die. Wrestling I wanna die. Every Monday night.
Jason Tar.
Man, am I glad I can't watch Raw or SmackDown. Your reviews let me or I miss nothing.
Jason Tar, man. What's up, Jason? Thank you for dropping the big $26 donation. I think that's a super chat alert, because that alert appears on both screens, but in different amounts. So thank you, Jason, for doing the higher one at 26 bucks. Thanks, man. So many people don't watch. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Like I said, this is the most ever that people don't watch. It's really incredible, and it's incredibly embarrassing, I would think, for the company. And I'm looking at stuff right now. Seth Rollins drops the WWE tag titles. Braun Strowman saves Kurt Angle after Raw, so we didn't see that, but he did it after Raw.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about before a few minutes ago.
Yeah, that's the thing that you're saying. I actually thought maybe it happened and I missed it at the end of Raw, but yeah,
no,
that was off
that
there.
was after the show had ended.
I'm like, Jesus, I missed that? I thought I turned it off. Brock Lesnar returning to Raw backstage video. I mean, none of that. Nothing is interesting tonight. Nothing is interesting.
The fact that we'll see Braun and Stephanie next week on Raw, whoopee shit. And then they were saying that the story was they wanted to tell with Strowman, not that he was supposed to look like he got squashed, but they felt like if he got any offense in, then it would have looked more like he got squashed. This was supposed to look like he just got betrayed in a sense, or, you know.
He got jumped. He got screwed.
He got jumped by Baron Corbin.
Oh.
And I get that, but it still doesn't make it good. it's still bullshit.
Right.
Oh, well, he took, X amount of F5s and one threw him out of the ring, and, it was just too much for him, and, that he had to succumb to his, his beating. It doesn't make it exciting or worthwhile.
Did Ronda Rousey say she was the baddest bitch on the planet tonight?
I thought so, yeah. That's
I mean, dude, her promo was great. Like, I'm the baddest bitch on the planet, and I'm a natural born killer. Like,
yeah,
dude,
she was
remember
fantastic.
when people were telling me that
no, not tonight, man.
Shinsuke
Tomorrow.
Couldn't say,
Didn't you get my message?
Like, it's like, there's now that is gone. Like,
I sent you a message like an hour
because
ago.
Multiple people have made references to dying. Not to mention Seth Rollins 3 years ago. I'll kill him, John.
They have the suicide dive every fucking
suicide
week.
dive. Dude, I hate. You know what move I hate the most out of any? First of all, I think I'm gonna make a video. Top 5 moves I can't stand anymore in the WWE. And the number one is the Sling Blade. That move is a piece of shit.
Plus, I'm on my single player anyway.
I hate the Sling Blade.
Which one is that?
We'll be
That's
playing
just
tomorrow.
When they, like, kind of jump and step around them, and
you wrap around the person's throat and essentially, you slam to their back.
It looks so weak.
Oh, I think I know exactly which one you're talking about.
You know what I used to hate was another one I hated back in the day. Not back in the day, but years ago, and he still does it. I love the bulldog. When you grab a guy's head and you wrap it on your arm and you run
And I made
with
sure
them,
it was going
and
at a
you
good
bulldog him
pace.
into the ground. Looks great. I love it.
But you have to have full control. You can't do like a hand palm.
It's Jericho. I hate Jericho's bulldog. When he runs and just uses one hand and like throws them, it's like, dude, that looks so stupid. I hate that. That's the worst.
Yeah, like you're palming a basketball.
God.
There's no power to it.
Yeah, he's like bouncing a basketball. I hate Jericho's bulldog. But dude, more than that, that had been the thing that I hated the most. Besides like the 5-knuckle shuffle, I hate the Sling Blade. I think that move sucks.
Yeah, it's like a reverse, bulldog because you're facing up when you grab them, but you're grabbing them around the neck and just using the momentum, and it doesn't look impactful at all. There's no downside to it.
It's just such a weak move, man. It's the weirdest thing. Like,
you're throwing yourself down harder than your opponent.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that move.
Now I know exactly what move you're talking about.
Nobody would do that.
I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
You would clothesline the guy. Like, I mean, at least you clothesline the guy. Don't fucking Sling Blade somebody.
What makes them not want to use traditional moves? Like, that's the thing. Like you said, Jericho's the only person I think of that does it, and I didn't even think about it because his bulldog doesn't look like a bulldog.
Where's the back body drops? I don't understand.
Yeah, nobody does the move. Like, there's a traditional like move set that like kind of everybody.
Yeah, that every creative wrestler starts with,
Yeah, and then some people would do them a little better than others, and it would kind of become their thing. But there's moves that have like completely been wiped off the map.
Can we also talk about? I know that I was in a giant fight with Ryback on Twitter yesterday, and I know some people don't care, but can somebody talk about? Where's the clip from Ryback from the other day, the gay comment, where he was like basically.
Oh, I know.
He was just
like, dude, he made a couple of them, but yeah, I want everyone jerking off to the big guy.
Yeah, he was like, I hope everyone's jerking off to me.
How would you even stop it?
Yeah, like, why would you even stop it? Yeah, he said some really. I mean, honestly, I would say that same thing, so I thought that was kind of funny.
It was great. Like, I've been watching his tweets, and then some fucking guy, like, is pretending to be his son. That shit was hilarious.
I told him, man, I was like, dude, come on the show and fucking plug your Feed Me More shit. And, you know, his show gets 100 to 300 views on YouTube. I'm like, dude, come on my show. You'll get fucking, at least on this show tonight, you'll get 10,000 views. Why would he? Yeah. Why would he say no to that?
I think it'd be entertaining as fuck, like you and him doing something.
He thinks that by coming here, he promotes me, but he's way wrong. It promotes him.
Yeah,
he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, yeah, well, especially if you promote it ahead of time, like people will come that are watching Raw or that just whatever, even if they stop watching, they'll come check out a Ryback interview.
What happened to the other gay comment that was really funny?
Or even better, have him come review it.
I'm trying to find it. He deleted one of them, I believe.
He might have deleted the good one, but I have it screenshotted. So.
No, I don't think he did. I saw it. God dang, it was like late this morning for me, so that would have been early afternoon for you.
Oh, it was so funny. I screenshotted it. I was like, no, I gotta have that. That's funny. Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, it was funny. There's a couple of them, and then but it was like.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Yeah.
Let me see if I'm gonna hold.
I'm trying to go.
I'm gonna hold it up. See if the camera picks it up. How ridiculous!
Right
here it is. How ridiculous is it to actually get mad at people for pleasuring themselves to you? Fuck! I want everyone masturbating to the big guy. How would you even stop it? Just let people be people and quit trying to force your parents' opinions on baby brain onto others. But that's the funniest part right there, where he's like, everybody masturbating to the big guy. How would you even stop it?
I wouldn't. God.
You wouldn't stop it.
See, like, this guy's personality makes me think he would be so fucking funny to have on here.
Yeah, man.
Not to make fun of him, just because I think he would just be entertaining.
But all he did was tell me how he just lied about me and he thinks it's funny.
Yeah, like, I know, that sucks, because it's like, he has a complete different, like you said, it's like distorted in his head about what it means to even be associated with you, kind of. Like it would be helped, yeah. And it's kind of a mutual thing if you think about it.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I try to, you know, bury the shit. I'll even apologize and blame myself if he wants. You know, I told him that.
Well, you've made enough stuff. I watched the video you made, which was very good. It was like, what, 2 minutes? But it explained it very well. And if he didn't watch that, that means he doesn't want to bury it.
Well,
you know?
Let's go back to my, real quick, let's go back to my Patreon clip. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Lots of exclusive content up there, as always.
I'm going to up my shit because I want to watch the Morning Madnesses.
Yeah, I'll just hit you with the... You know, I'll pay for your fucking shit for you. There should be a fucking free pass ability or something.
See, dude, that's how good it is. You guys is like, I'm over here going, like, I'm going to up my shit because I want to fucking... I mean, like, I watched the shit that I get for the two, but I want the next tier.
I told Mars from clipped the parts from the show the other day. We got JD trash talking me. I played that so we could laugh at it. We talked about Justin Bailey and then
shit bomb.
All kinds of shit.
Super kick, sling blade, suicide dive. I despise the underhand punch that Kane and Roman does. That punch or chop or whatever the shit is made Roman look so weak. Look back.
Well,
all the greats have a good punch.
I always liked the Undertaker's chop, D, because the Undertaker kind of winds up and then like he just fucking slaps his own arm and hits him in the throat. It looks like when he'd hit them in the throat, he'd be like, oh, like, and he'd be like,
Kane's looks good when it's sold right too.
Right. And so that one doesn't bother me as much. But yeah, all that other stuff, D, that you said, I'm down. I'm fucking garbage. But yeah, let's hear what JD thinks about my show. And then we'll hear about Justin Bailey a little bit. You can download this on Patreon. There's tons of other clips. Morning Madness, over 100 episodes of Morning Madness. I'll have one out tomorrow morning. Corrupted Podcast is up if you missed it. Episode 72 is up. You get tons of alerts.
Oh. Sorry about that, folks. I was putting the girlfriend to bed.
You can follow me on Patreon for free even, and you get a bunch of alerts and some free stuff. But if you're a $5 patron, you get 30 hours of content a month that you can download on your mobile device, tablet, desktop, just play it, whatever. It's a bunch of podcast stuff from me that will keep you hopefully entertained on top of all the YouTube free stuff.
Not even listening to it. Not even listening to it, folks. What's gonna happen first? Joe getting a house for his kids and his wife, or the fact that he's gonna get 100,000 subscribers? Which is gonna come first? Probably.
He did say fact. That's the best part about it. He said the fact.
So which is gonna come first? Probably neither.
Yeah, but he said the fact. He said the fact that I'm gonna get 100,000 subs. So he knows for a fact it's happening. He admitted it there.
Not even listening to it. Not even listening to it, folks. What's gonna happen first? Joe getting a house for his kids and his wife, or the fact that he's gonna get 100,000 subscribers?
I love how he said that. Great.
Probably.
Oh, I hate that.
I don't give a fuck.
What a
Probably
scumbag, put you over without even
he is a
fucking
failure. Let's beast with Recon, bruh.
Tuesday, bruh. I see that one spot yet. Tuesday, bruh.
I literally.
Okay, but hold on a second though. I mean,
Hey, Cameron Spencer, thank you for subbing to the channel, Cameron. What's up? What's up, brah?
I'm not the guy either. But
Right.
in all fairness, he's reacting. To
No, I agree with him doing it. I don't have a problem. I think he's right. I was shitting all over him, you know, and the only people that really shit on me were his fans, you know. So I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I don't blame him for doing it.
No, Joe, I would have done the same thing. To be honest with you, man.
Could you imagine?
If I listened to your show, I would have done the same thing. You know?
Here's a little bit more of it over here.
Wow, JB's the first person that's ever called me creepy. I've never been called creepy before. I've been called scary.
Yeah. You ever seen a guy cry over a baseball game? Oh God.
Dude, I questioned him on that on Twitter. I was like, dude, you were tweeting out every.
Yeah, we were on Mars's channel the other day, and we were having a big conversation. So it was hours of it. So I just clipped a little bit of it. Told Mars my moments I wanted up. But there was also a moment where Ken fought with Coop, which was really funny.
Like,
this is funny.
An old school cassette.
I mean, he was a great part of Monetize This, you know.
Wow, that's not what I was talking about. That's it. So you've taken multiple shots.
Show me where the fuck I've said that.
That's not what he said earlier to me. That's a different.
Show me where I said that before.
Let's not get off topic here. Let's not get off topic.
How much shit do you talk about Coop?
Where did I say that? Coop, the fucking comedian, you deadbeat fuck. Go smoke a blunt, you fucking pot-headed fuck. You sit there.
Pot-headed fuck.
You don't make enough money. Oh, I'm gonna need more money if you want.
Oh man, those are just three of my favorite, some of my favorite moments that I wanted to put up my reactions to things, and then his was kind of funny there. But it's a whole bunch more. We'll talk more about that when we have Mars on the channel. I'll have Mars on the show during this week probably. Me, Mars, and maybe Jesse will be there, and then maybe even Scott.
Yeah, I love Mars, man.
We'll get the whole crew, and we'll talk about
funny.
it.
I tell him always, talk more. You're entertaining, goddamn.
No, that's exactly, dude. I was telling him today, like he's great on. He's like one of the first people I think of when we don't have somebody or we need an extra spot for the show. I'm like, well, let's see if Mars can do it.
Yeah,
he's fucking great.
I gotta
he
shout
always
out them.
delivers.
Man, Young and Mars and everybody that had me on. I mean, I originally called because I was mad at them because they were talking about Himmelgod and all this other shit, and we were like, what the fuck, you know? Like me and Ken jumped over there to be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? But you know, I ended up you know what I did? I ended up shit talking. Because the whole thing was like it's supposed to be a shit talk shock thing, so I just went in there and just started shit talking everything, like just on purpose, just because like that was the whole idea of the show. So like I went in there like making up stories like about like JB's mad because his wife has sex with a neighbor, somebody I have video of somebody killing somebody and they never got in trouble for it. I was just saying making up shit, saying stuff. Like, because that was the whole idea of the show, so I went overboard. But then I was getting messages from all these people that I had been talking about, like, why'd you say this? And I'm like, dude, I was kidding. I was like, they were really telling truths and things like that, but I was like mostly just spamming dumb, yeah, like making fun of the whole thing. Anyway, it's all up on Patreon, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, and Corrupted Podcast 72, as I said, and we'll have more tomorrow. Anything, Cameron, thanks for subbing to the channel. Anything left from Raw tonight, Jake, or anybody that you guys want to mention before I say my last
nothing
deal?
from Raw. I mean, I was going to talk about it more out of nowhere, but Matt Hardy, came back to the ring this weekend, wrestled for a bit, so that was cool to see.
I saw that he came back. I didn't know he wrestled, though. I didn't know he actually
he actually got in the ring and wrestled, in the overseas tour. And he said, I never said I was retiring. I just said I had to go home for a bit, and that's what I did. I had to heal up on some injuries.
Super Jack.
So.
Oh, the night where Scott Young hung up on me.
Yes, Sav King. I believe that was that night, man. I believe that was the other night. Man.
Ken Shamrock's also coming back into the wrestling ring. You know?
Really?
So he'll be there at Battle Championship Wrestling Friday, November 30th, I think it is. Yeah.
Have you seen what he looks like, man? He looks creepy as hell.
Yeah.
I like Ken Shamrock, but yeah, he looks...
I was...
He's a hell of an interview if you can ever get him, dude. He's good. The ones I've listened to.
We tried to get Ken Shamrock on the show for like multiple times. Bailey really...
I even emailed him, yeah.
Yeah, Bailey reached out to him a bunch, couldn't get him. I reached out to him. I don't know,
The ones who are always picky about doing them, like Godfather, Gangrel, like they're always the best interviews, probably,
They probably know
Yeah,
it.
the ones that have a ton of road stories and knew everybody. They weren't always front and center limelight-wise, but they were involved in everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they have bits of everything.
Whatever you say, brah. Dude, I gotta fucking clip that. Where's that fucking sound clip? Because that is so fucking funny.
When I heard that, because that was sent to me immediately after it happened.
Let me clip
When
that.
I heard that, I died.
Should I put the whole thing in, or like just the bra? Like, I don't know.
Just a bra. That's.
I feel like it's too short.
Bra.
Let me see. Let's try it. Ready?
I say have them both for different reasons.
Not even listening to me. I hate that because he is a failure. Let's beast with Recon, bruh. On Tuesday, bruh. I'll see you later on Tuesday.
Let's beast with Recon, bruh. Let's beast with Recon, bruh.
I got a raid on Tuesday.
Listen,
I want an apology.
which one's gonna come
If you said that
first?
to me, I'd be like, what the fuck does he mean? Like,
Anyway, I'm not even listening to it. Not even listening to it. Let's beast with Recon, bruh.
Even though I just played the whole thing. I played the whole clip, but I'm not listening to it.
Yeah, you know what? I got more patrons than you. How about that? Who's the failure now? I got live brother. I got Recon, bruh.
Go threaten to kill
Recon,
yourself
bruh.
somewhere for goddamn sympathy.
Let me tell you something. Anybody out there in the chat, if you haven't become one of my patrons yet, become one of my patrons. 30
You're
hours.
missing out.
30 hours of bonus content. I need your help.
That's good, guys.
I need your help, number one. Number two, you're going to get 30 hours of bonus content. You're going to get real shit over there. You're going to get long podcasts, little podcasts, songs, clips.
Yeah, like, dude, the
all kinds of
$2
shit.
one is like immensely worth it, and like I'm ready to go to the 5 or higher now because I'm like, I want more shit that he's doing that I can't get. So I'm like, fuck.
Okay,
You know,
brah.
so it's good. It's good, guys. Tell me, like I don't around.
Let's try just the
So
bra.
much
Let's try just the bra.
Yeah, it really is.
It is funny. It is funny. Oh my god, dude. Let me try to fucking brah.
Bruh.
Oh,
Bruh. Wait, let's see.
Bruh.
Wait, it took a second and it hit me again. I'm like, wow.
Oh my god.
Like,
Oh, I forgot to say it on the air before. But happy birthday to Kara. So, happy birthday.
Oh right. Oh my god. I didn't send her a... This morning I was talking to Leah about it, and then I didn't even send her a fucking Facebook message. Happy birthday to Kara. Is she in the chat?
She wasn't here before. I don't know if she's still here.
Happy birthday, fucking Kara. Is she 21 yet? I think she's 20. I think she
I
turned
think she's
20.
Yeah, I think she turned 20 today. So, well,
It's too
yesterday
bad.
now.
If she was 21, I'd be like, well,
yeah,
it's drink
yesterday
time. I'm sorry. I wish it was 21. Happy birthday to Kara.
Don't rush it.
Well,
Yeah, that's
the older you get, you're like, shit.
yeah.
yeah, you're like, whoops.
Miss the yes. You know, it's bad when you look at pictures and you're like, oh god, I look so fat in that picture. I hate it. Then 5 years from now, you're
Yeah.
like,
I'd
Oh
kill
my
to
God,
be
I wish
that.
I was just that fat. Or I wish I was just
Bra
that.
plus
that
whale plus OH my buns PLZ.
Look at Sav King. He's like, do bra plus whale plus my buns.
Let's base with recon, bruh.
Oh, and DJ M3, happy birthday to you as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, DJ M3, what's
I
up,
love
bro?
fucking
Happy birthday.
Scorpions, dude. They're my favorite.
Why don't you celebrate your birthday, brah?
Let's base with recon, bruh.
Oh, you could do it a couple ways. You could just do recon, bro.
Oh my god. Oh, I got a better clip of that. You know what? It's bothering me that that clip sounds so, like, horrible. I've got a better clip of that. Hold on a second. Let me pull the better clip of that. Here it is. I got the better clip of that. It's right here.
The news we're hearing.
Not even listening to the. Oh. Which is gonna come first? Probably. Probably. I don't give a fuck. Probably neither. Because he is a failure. Let's beast with recon, bruh. That's all I'm gonna say.
Probably neither.
I gotta grab
Sounds
fail.
like an evil Batman villain from the animated series.
I gotta grab fail. Yeah, that was a good one too.
Failure.
Oh my god, dude! I fucking didn't hear that one before.
Let's be.
There's so many clips. There's so many clips, dude. Oh my god, dude! I'm gonna have a fucking soundboard of this.
Now that you play the whole thing again, I'm like, wow, that whole thing, like, as a sentence, is just gibberish.
Dude, I gotta fucking. Oh my god, JD, you're
the gay Riddler.
Oh my god, dude, he did this.
I love JD though, he's funny.
Oh, do you love him? Jesus.
No, I don't know, dude. I think this shit's gold. It's kind of like, what the fuck?
Well, you're fired. I'm just
That's
kidding.
fine.
Let's try this. Hold on.
Let's beast with recon, bruh.
I feel like there's too much like in between the bruh. Like,
If he was selling soundboards and it was just shit like that, like, tell me you wouldn't be, you know.
let's see, ready?
Let's bruh.
Let's see if we can get.
Oh, do you play with that so many ways?
Let's beat.
I want like let's beast, brah.
It's trying to.
Let's beast with recon.
Let's see.
Let's beast with bruh. Let's beast with bruh.
It's like he's trying to say a word.
Yeah.
Let's beast, bruh.
Oh yeah, because yeah.
She always does that cunt.
Let's see here.
I don't know why I assume it's female.
Well, everybody, yeah, it's just always. That's perfect right there. See that? Oh no, I just fucked up. I'm working on it, guys. You gotta sign up on Patreon though. Patreon.com/JoeCroneShow. Get on over there. Give me some support. Let's show the world who hates the fact that we have so many supporters on Patreon and hates that you guys support the show with donations. Let's show the world that fuck them, you know. Bruh.
Well, people don't like success.
I don't know. I know. Some people don't. I don't know. Doesn't
Well,
bother
other
them.
people's success, I mean.
Dude, I used to have no success, and I saw other people having it, and I used to think, man, why don't I do that? Then I went out, and you know what I did? I did it. Just go out and do it. If you want it, go out and do it. You can get it. Might take you a while to figure it out. It took me 12 years. It took me 12 years to figure out YouTube. Like, I didn't know, like, seriously.
And then YouTube can't even figure itself out.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, I still haven't figured it out, but it's like, it's just keep going, man. Let's see what this is.
Let's beast with bruh.
There's so much shit, bro.
Let's beast with recon, bruh.
This kills
She's
me. Dude.
moist to me, bro.
Oh my god. This is so
Let's
fucking
hit the
funny.
club, bro.
Oh my god, this is so
last
funny.
week's Raw was a total shit show, so I think we gave it, what, like a 2.5 or a 3 last week? I was trying to think.
Yeah, I'd probably give tonight a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, it's like 3.5. It wasn't much better. They're
working
with recon, bro.
They're trying.
Like, I didn't feel upset at the night, though, and I wonder if I think the crowd had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, the crowd you know, saved the show on some levels, made it interesting.
Yeah, well, the crowd was into it.
As
So.
the segments, but
623. I tried to take your call. Call back if you like.
they're trying in certain segments.
I won't show your number.
Me and the wife are looking to get into a cheaper place to ease our budget. When we do, I promise I'm going to replace that $25 patron us hat who bounced. I promise I'd never leave because of a simple question. So pip pip cheerio. Much love, Joe.
Hey, man. Beef Roller, what's been up, man?
shit.
Thank you, dude. It's good to hear from you, man. And, yeah, shout out to you and the $25 patronage and when you come back and whatever, man. I love you. And anybody who becomes a $25 patron or above, make sure you remind me to put you in the producer credit. And anybody who's done 3K over on the show over the last year or two, I've also given the production credit to in the description box down below, because obviously you make the show go. So the producer clip credits are there. And let's see what this all sounds like here. Now that I've got it all fucking synced up.
Yeah. Bruh. Let's beast with Recon, bruh. Yeah.
I gotta get the whole one though. The whole fucking, like, the whole failure.
Let's beast with Recon.
No, that's not the best part. I fucking love. I do. You know what? I do love him. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I love JD. Fuck it.
Jesse, you're rehired.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's beast.
And promoted. And promoted.
Man, this is too funny.
Get a handicap
Not
spot
even
now.
listening to the. Not.
Okay, you
Who's
gotta
gonna
walk.
come first? Probably.
Where is it?
I was gonna say you get the handicap spot, but somebody's
Because he is a
Yeah,
fail.
Joe's just parked in that fucking thing every time.
some guy with his convertible.
This is the best right here.
Because he is a fail.
He goes goat at the end. It's great.
Fail.
Well, if you put the right GIF on that, oh.
That is awesome. That is so funny.
Fail.
See, I don't know.
Oh
It's
my
hard
God.
to. I don't know. I was gonna say he'd have no beef with anybody if he would just learn to like laugh at shit like the stuff you just did.
I know.
Like he'd have a hard time laughing at that, and it's like just somebody in the room's got to make.
I laugh
everybody
at myself all the time, man. I'm a mess. You know.
I mean, it's not as long as it's like not going personal and shit. It's just literally taking a sound.
Let's
clip, which is
beat.
funny. I mean that shit Tommy
Fail.
did with shit's legendary.
Fail.
I'm gonna fucking die, dude. I'm gonna fucking die. Oh
I love
my
how you
God.
didn't catch it before. Now that you have, it's like this golden elixir that you've come across.
Oh my God, dude.
Drink you, my child.
Yeah, I would drink you, my child.
Oh my God. Hold on. Here it is. Let's see if we got it. Let's see if this works.
Chat.
Chat's hot.
Fail. Let's beast with Recon. Let's beast. Fail. Fail.
I'm a fail. Yeah. I'm a failure. Yeah, I'm a failure.
Fail.
I'm a failure. probably get a better song, but that's yeah, man, it's fucking funny.
It's just funny regardless. Like,
oh, this is it right here. That shit fucking kills me though. Where's fucking Tommy's actually? Where's his?
All you do is nothing.
That's the breakdown.
That's a breakdown. That's the bridge, right?
Failure. Let's be.
Oh man, that doesn't work, but it's funny. Let's gotta find one that's good. You know when you find the right one, it's just like, oh, it's like magic.
It clicks.
Yeah, when you find the right one, it's like,
Give it a hell yeah!
It's my B-Day, brah. And I'm giving you a couple dollars, brah.
Oh man.
Fuck it, brah. It's called I Love You Guys. Jake, I'm pushing for you to be MT champ real soon, brah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck raw, didn't see it, couldn't care less.
Brah.
Brah. McKinnon Alien Song is my wake-up alarm.
Oh my god. Thanks, bro.
Wake up.
Thanks, bro.
Damn, DJ. Always appreciate it. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro.
Let's beast. Yeah. Failure. Let's beast. Failure. Let's beast. Failure. Let's beast.
I don't know, dude. I could sit here all day looking for the fucking right thing. When I find it, I'm gonna have some fun. Where's some fucking... How about this? There's something wrong with me, dude. At this point, there's just something wrong with me.
Oh, there you go. Failure.
Let's beast.
Let's beast.
Beat a macho man.
Let's beast. Failure. Let's beast with recon. Failure.
wasn't wrong. Guys, thanks for listening tonight. I had a lot of fun.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
And so
Yes. It is. It is. Oh, back to this non-binary. We did a clip on your mom's house. There was a
Not even listening to the...
The following is content exclusively available for patrons only on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you guys for supporting what I do.
You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
Exclusively on Patreon.
The following is content Good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever it is for you. It's the show, man. It's the show. You know what I figured out? Is doing these, doing these podcasts kind of suck because I just don't do anything anymore. So it's like sometimes like I don't have any content. Like I'm like, what am I gonna say? I don't even know what to talk about sometimes because I don't go anywhere anymore. I don't do anything. Like, when you go out and you do a lot of things, things piss you off or you notice some things about people or whatever the hell the case is. And that allows you to kind of come up with material because you're like, oh, yeah, I could talk about that. That's, whatever. So when you're just sitting at home all day, taking care of kids or taking a nap or, working on this stuff, the real world experiences are starting to become limited, But, so yeah, it's really, I think that's one of the biggest issues, man. I think if I got out there more to do things, I would have more stories. But then again, like, they'd all be annoyances, it'd all be like things like, oh yeah, I went to the store and I had to stand in this line and then this guy slapped me or something. It's just like stuff like you don't want to have to deal with. That makes any sense? I don't know. I hate Windows 10. This fucking Windows 10, like, I hate all the, like, I love all the classic controls, because there's some things you can do in the classic controls that you can't do with the, with the new controls. And it's true, you go into the new controls, those options aren't there. But in the classic controls, they're there. And it's like, why is it not at least somewhat the same? Why is there a difference? Why is there, like, a mega difference? I don't get that. It really pisses me off. But whatever, I don't know. There is no answer. Dude,
I was dying laughing at the previous clip I played from earlier from that podcast on the CCF or whatever it was with everybody when Ken was yelling about Coop the Comedian. Because, you know, what happened was, what's funny about this is we were joking about Coop before this, like in a good way, like not anything bad. Like I made a joke because I forget what it was about. I made some kind of joke because they had been talking about Coop. And then I said, well, you know, Ken said something to me the other day, you know, and, you know, he didn't, by the way. I was just saying that because, you know, it was funny to stir the shit on that show, like insinuate something, and then by the time everybody's like, what the hell is going on, you know, then just be like, I'm just joking, you know. But, so, you know, I was insinuating that he said something, and, you know, he didn't. And,
What's going to happen first? Joe getting a house for his kids and his wife, or the fact that he's going to get 100,000 subscribers? Kids and his wife, or the fact that he's going to get 100,000 subscribers? Joe getting a house for his kids and his wife, or the fact that he's going to get 100,000 subscribers? Which is going to come first? Probably, I don't give a fuck. Probably neither. Because he is a failure. Failure.
Wouldn't it be great if, like 15 of our patrons won the lottery, and they all up their, like, they won the lottery, and they all up their patronage to, like, $1,000 a month or something, or dropped to, like, $10,000 donations tomorrow, and, like, we had a house tomorrow, and we could just take a picture of it and send it to JD. Wouldn't that be funny? Take a picture of it and send it to JD. Like, which one's gonna happen first? You know, it's very possible that I could have a really good month. It's possible that we could have a really good monetized this Friday, or the next couple weeks, or Patreon could go up and the ads could go up maybe, and lots of donations could happen. It's possible that could happen. If it does, you know, it's possible we could be in a house, you know, by Christmas. You know, I don't think that's gonna happen, but man, I'll tell you what, imagine the fucking look on his face when I play the clip of, and I'm not saying, you know, I'm not trying to harp on the JD stuff either. I know some people are sick of it, and some people don't want to hear about it, and some people are listen to him and me. You know, some people hate him, but some people listen to both of us. You know, it's not a big deal, but anyway, it would be kind of funny to be able to say, hey, remember when you said I didn't make my car payments? I could share a screenshot again of all my made car payments over the last 5 years or whatever. And then, remember when you said that I wouldn't get a house or whatever? And probably neither, you know? There's number one, you know? And then I could show him how we gain about a couple hundred subs a week, you know, on the show. So eventually we'll get there, you know? Our formats are just different, you know what I mean? His format is generated for views and the YouTube algorithm, whereas mine is more focused on my current audience, like my actual, like my hardcore, you know, our hardcore listeners, if that makes any sense. My audience is very intimate. That's why when sometimes people say that I don't talk to them or I don't talk enough or something like that, like I hear, you know, Ken say that a lot, that I don't talk to everybody or something like that. It's like I don't really, I don't know, man. I don't think that's true. I talk to everybody who talks to me. And if somebody reaches out to me, I usually talk to you. But I do have a lot more to deal with than a lot of other people. Like when I only had about 100 to 150 people listening to every live show, I got back to everybody every time, all the time. It was fun. But once you get over the, you know, the threshold of a couple hundred people really watching you, you know, it does become a little difficult to keep up. And that's why for him, it's probably really hard for JD to keep up with his people, you know, because it's just so much shit. But, you know, I don't think he really makes a big effort to even talk to some of the people that much. At least that's what I noticed when I was there. But I mean, you know, maybe he does, and I don't know about it. You know, I don't know. But you know, I sort of focus more on the people that are hardcore of the show to deliver to those people more than anything. It is true though that I should try to build a more casual audience, because building a broad and wide and new developing casual audience will create more longevity with some people. So that's true. You know, it's funny because I think everything that he does well, I do less. I don't do that well. And everything I do really well, he doesn't do as well. It's funny, if you could combine his stuff with my stuff and put it together, it would be like the #1 domination of YouTube as far as wrestling goes, and anything. It'd be pretty crazy, I think, if you combined those things, but they're different, which is fine, you know. And it's interesting to see how Sean's view is different too. Sean is, you know, he just does so much clickbait, so many videos. He does a million quick little videos, but he really has no Patreon and no anything else, and it's just really weird. It's funny how everybody's skills are different, or whatever they do is different. But then again, my goal has always been to be wide open. But anyway, I'm babbling on about this. I don't really care. I watched Beetlejuice the other day. I think I talked about that. And that movie is so bizarre. But I always liked it when I was a kid, obviously. I always thought Beetlejuice came out in like 1990. Didn't realize it was 88. It's an 80s movie. That's crazy. I probably saw it in 90 or something. No, I saw it when it was out, though. I saw it when I was a little kid. Very little. We've come for your daughter, Chuck. Oh, man. Dude, he yelled... I don't think I've ever watched Beetlejuice on Blu-ray. And quite honestly, I don't think I've ever watched Beetlejuice on VHS. I think the only time I've ever seen Beetlejuice is, you know, my own personal VHS tape that we've had, because my parents recorded it. And I think they edited out a few things, but only a couple little things. And, you know, I've seen it on TV a bunch on TV. And, you know, they edit things out too. So it's funny, I was watching the Blu-ray earlier, and at one point he kicks the tree over and he goes, you fuckers, or something like that. I never remembered that. I never knew he said that. Michael Keaton. I never heard a swear, like, I never heard the F word in that movie. So it's funny, it's what, 2018, I've probably seen Beetlejuice. Probably had been... I know the whole movie almost by heart, but it probably had been 12 years since I've seen Beetlejuice. I think that's crazy. It probably had been 12 years since I've seen it, maybe 15 years since I've seen it. And the last time I saw it was probably on TV, and the couple times before that as well. And then the only other times I've seen it is probably a million times. I probably saw Beetlejuice hundreds of times in the 90s, from probably 1989 to 1995. I probably saw Beetlejuice like hundreds of times. And I watched it on that VHS tape that we had every time, probably. So, I don't know, just interesting. I know that I never noticed that F-bomb. I know this is stupid, but I don't know, I just thought it was funny. Then he like grabs his dick, too. And they put a little stupid, like, goofy sound effect on it. I don't know, this is so goofy. Oh, by the way, the awkward silence a few minutes ago was me having interruption number 1. I tried to put Finn to sleep because Brent, my daughter and older son are playing video games upstairs together, which is nice. So I was like, well, I can do this because it looks like the baby's starting to fall asleep, and he was getting tired and kind of roaming around. So I put him upstairs in the bed, and Leah's taking a nap too, and he's going in the bed and like jumping on her head and stuff, and I'm like, no. So I keep taking him out of the bed, putting him back in the bed, and being like, it is sleep time, it is nap time. And every time I leave the room, he gets back out again, goes over to Leah and starts punching her and jumping on her and stuff. And she's like, you know, you made him do this by wrestling with him. And I'm like, I don't know, like, I barely wrestle with him. And I wrestled with the other kids, and they never did that stuff. But it's like, he's like ready to fight, like a sleeping person. He's a friggin' brute. Like the other day, it's like sometimes I'll be staring and I'll be like, oh, hi, buddy. And then he'll just punch me in the face. And I'll be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what the hell are you doing? And so, but sometimes he's cute though. So like most of the time he'll look at me like, oh, I love you, and he'll be like, oh, he'll be like, me too, and he'll give you a big hug and a kiss and stuff. But it's like 1 out of 4 times there's a chance he slugs you in the face when you're like having your guard down. What the hell is he doing? And then you're sleeping and he's dropping elbows on you and he's about to turn 3 in February. That's not till February. He's still 2. He's like jumping off the thing, doing leg drops and stuff, and I'm just like, where did you see this? Like, I barely wrestle with him, and he doesn't watch wrestling with me. He's 2. This kid's crazy though. He's in like the 90. We've said this before, but he's in like the 95th percentile of kids. He wears 3-year-old stuff. He's been wearing 3-year-old stuff for a while, and he doesn't turn 3 until February now. And I don't know. They project him at like 6'3". I think he might be bigger. Imagine if he's like 6'5". But I don't know. I mean, I'm 5'10", so. And Leah's got some tallness in her family, so there's a good chance that these kids could pop out. They're already popped out, but pop up to 6 something, 6'2", 6'3". Who knows?
Bruh.
Who knows, bruh? Who knows, bruh?
Bruh.
Let's play some Call of Duty, bruh. What we play some Call of Duty, bruh.
Bruh. Let's beast with. Let's beast with Recon, bruh.
The hell's Recon? The hell's he talking about there? I'm playing Red Dead, bitch, and PUBG. Come on. What else is going on? What else is going on? What's happening? I don't know, man. I'm confused by this whole, the world, the community that I've harbored here. The world. Seems like there is no right answer to anything. Alright, that was interruption number 3. And I don't remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about Beetlejuice, but I can't believe I remember that. I know for you guys, I just came back, but for me, an hour just passed. So, I'm back an hour later, and I think I was talking about Beetlejuice. It's all the other stuff after that I wanted to talk about that I can't remember. I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell else I wanted to say. I will say one thing. Dude, it's so hard having so many people's backs and everybody's backs and doing all these things because there's so many things. Now there's somebody knocking at my door. I gotta go find out what's going on. Well, I'll never get anything done. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Yeah!
On here and or do you have the round bale mod, the one where it like automatically
yeah,
spits out the
that
bale?
turned on here?
No, I don't. I want to have it on here because we're gonna be making round bales and it's kind of annoying to press Y each time.
Or I?
It's Y for me.
What's the problem these senators have up there? They're like these bees. They just get in a swarm, and all they do is attack and inflict.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! It's over, boys.
Cheers.
We did
Cheers,
it.
Cheers.
Sober October.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
To an end.
Cheers.
Is now no remember
Nice.
November.
Here we go. November. No remember November. I like that.
First of all, whose fucking stupid idea was it to do this goddamn fitness challenge, Tommy Buns?
That was awful.
Last year we did a nice, calm 15 hot yogas.
Yeah.
That
was also awful.
Not even close.
Not even close
to
this. Close.
No, this was so much more difficult.
And I didn't expect this, but I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's fun to be competitive with your friends.
Yes.
It's a fun thing.
It was
Not
fun.
year round.
No.
But like isolating something like this.
Once a year.
You get to see different sides of people you didn't know existed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ,
I wasn't
Joe.
happy for any of you. Any of you worked out.
So you have no idea. I don't think anyone gets the real perspective
when Joe is focused on something, I've never seen anything like that in my fucking life.
Well, I know the funniest because like everybody's competitive and this brings it out. But like the funny thing was like Bert being like, whatever Joe does, I'll do double. Definitely, he was like, fuck that.
And Joe's
No,
like, no,
you're
you
not.
won't.
And the other thing I didn't expect ever, I thought Ari would just be like, whatever, I'm just gonna walk in the East Village.
I was worried about him the most.
I didn't think you were gonna do shit.
I was worried about him the most from the beginning. Because I know Ari's brain.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah, fuck this.
That's
no
what
way.
you were saying that though. 3 days in, you were texting like, "This is dumb."
No.
Yo, what up,
He
Norway?
says
How you
that.
doing, man?
Right.
This is what he's saying. And he's saying that, and he means it while he says it, but he's also like, I'm gonna fucking kill these guys.
Yeah.
And then he gets really serious about it.
Got serious.
Yeah, but I was looking
Oh,
for
shit, I
loopholes
need
or
way
trick
more
you
grass
guys,
than that.
like not work out. So I thought if I get like a bunch of points, like all to join in like 7 or 8 days in,
and then you could be done.
No, then they'd be like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I've been secretly working out, but now I'm too far away, so don't try to catch up.
Oh, right.
There was like some psychological sneakery he was doing with me. He was saying, you should just do your regular workout and see what your score's like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was the big one to try to control Joe.
I was a big fan of that one, too.
Yeah,
I
just
thought
do your regular fucking weights.
Because you were entertaining that for a second. You're
I
like,
was in the beginning. I was like, this is so stupid. This is just, but then I was like, I can't lose. And then I thought about it, and the other thing I was thinking was, this is what my plan was. My plan was to keep up with you guys for 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks, to set aside a lot of time and
then lap us?
Yeah, just go psycho. I was like, I'm just gonna go psycho. I'm gonna put up pace that I don't think anybody else can keep up with for like the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, I just said, I'm gonna put in some 600-point days. I put in 1,000-point day.
Dude, that's when I stopped looking at you.
For context,
like I was looking at when we started this month, and I put in my 700-point day. Everyone was a little bit like, "Wow, Bert." By the way, I ran almost a marathon that day. Have no fucking clue. I was just looking at my goddamn phone the whole time.
Just checking the points.
Just checking the points. I was always.
So people don't know what the points are. We'll explain. If you get 70% of your max heart rate, that's 3 points a minute. If you get 80% of your max heart rate or above, that's 4 points a minute. So we all try to stay in the 80 range, because that's where you get your money.
Right.
That's where the.
So a heavy workout for an hour in that range of 80 to 100. A heavy workout gives you 240 points.
But
So
that's if you're maxed out for 60
If you're maxed out.
Yeah.
That just gives you context. What a 600.
Which
One
was
day
easier.
I did a 935-point workout.
It was over after that.
That was the beginning of the end, yeah.
I was in New York and he called me and was like, dude, he's just fucking dragging elk around. He has it on the whole time. He's dragging elk around.
No, that wasn't even that one.
No,
that was the elk hunting day. It was mostly a hiking mountains day. That was like a 600-point day.
Oh no, that's when you were there and you were actually working out in the mountains as well.
Yeah, we thought we had you stopped.
I was like, what the fuck? You're like, if I would have been like, guys, I'm elk hunting. This is. I made the mistake of jokingly saying, oh, I got him. Joe's on an elk hunting vacation, and the hunters were like, dude, it's not a fucking vacation. It's work. And I was like, easy, guys.
Well, you got a backpack on, and you can walk as many as the most I've ever walked is 12 miles in a day. And you're walking up and down in elevation. You're going up and down. Like I saved it one day because it was so ridiculous. Because I'd gone up and down. I forget it, like 130 flights of stairs. Something fucking crazy.
But you ended up getting your. What did you shoot on this hunt?
1,000-pound elk.
Yeah, it was a big elk.
You got it like relatively quickly, right?
Yeah, on the first day.
Oh God.
So that I came back.
Yeah, what if you kept going more of those days?
I came back, but the 935-point day, that was my big day. Well, it was 1,000 points, because I did 935 in the day, and then I did a podcast, and then I did 100 later on in the day. Just to stay
family
loose.
see you guys anymore?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. There was like I didn't have. There was a part of it was time management.
I suffered socially from this.
The huge part was like, who had the most time to spend in the gym?
Yeah.
I was here 2 Mondays ago, last Monday, and it was popping night at the Comedy Store. I was gonna hang out with everybody, you know, and then it was like, nah, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta get a couple hours in.
Yeah, all your workouts were so late.
So late.
Because they were all logs.
Fuck, fuck you. I gotta say this. Fuck you with you posting your goddamn workouts in the middle of the night. It was so deflating to go to sleep going, I've got a 200-point lead, and to wake up and go, how am I 600 points behind?
I tried to break spirit.
It was fun.
Because that's the other thing. Ari went through when he got this tracker, and he found out all the work workarounds. So he would build up work points in his tracker, and then he'd Bluetooth it in the middle of the fucking night.
No, I'd also do the workouts.
He would
there.
work out.
He was doing workouts at like
I'd come home from the
10
cellar at
p.m.
1:30 a.m. and then I'd be like, let me change and go out there.
He would
Dude,
go
that
out
was
to the gym
worst.
at 2 in the morning.
Oh, you were going at the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were uploading in the middle of the night.
No.
And you
my
could see the
God.
time that he was actually doing it.
Yeah, it's the freaks were out.
Yeah.
It was
For
the
a second,
tweakers.
Tom and I thought that because Ari was so out of shape, his heart rate was just skyrocketing, like Ralphie walking upstairs. And then Ari and I went on a walk, on a hike, and I was in the yellow the whole time, and Ari was barely in green. And I was like, oh, he's in really good shape. And then you did
The
that
best
day
is
with
that
Joe.
he really bought that theory really hard.
That it was just that me was out of
yeah,
shape.
Yeah, so that, and he was saying it a lot.
Yeah, he
and
was
then I
promoting
go,
that
so
there.
how
Dude, I texted Brogan and Tom about it. I was like,
Ari's not doing anything. He's barely walking, but because he's out of shape.
Oh, he was selling it so hard, and then I called him. I go, "How to go on the hike?" He's definitely better shape immediately.
Well, it's a psychological thing. You don't want to think that a guy who hasn't been working out at all is in good shape.
Yeah.
But I think you pushed yourself through the first week or two.
Yeah.
And then you got in good shape.
And then I kept going. Okay, first of all, I had fallback plans.
Okay, what was the plan?
Okay, Michelle Wolf offered to let me just have her wear the thing.
Wow.
From day one, that was definitely the fallback
Tom,
plan.
I knew that was going to
Is
happen
she a workout
regardless.
fiend?
Oh yeah,
Oh
she
my
runs
God,
10 miles a day,
Oh
every
my
day.
God.
And when I asked her, I was like, hey, would you wear this thing for me if I needed you to? She goes, I know what you're talking about. Absolutely, I'll wear it for you.
Whoa.
I will stay in the right zone. I'll tell no one. She feels left out. She thinks she would laugh all
She's
of
a
us.
beast.
Yeah,
bet
she
she
goes
Yeah,
crazy.
she probably
Well,
would.
none of this is what we do. Like, I don't
Right.
do long cardio sessions.
Yeah.
I did 5.5 hours on an elliptical after running for an hour.
What?
Yeah.
This is how you get one of those crazy
That's
days.
how I got 935 points. I ran for an hour, and then I stayed on the elliptical for 5.5 hours.
You would see it going. You check in, like fucking Rogan got 300 points, and then you talk and you check back in 30 minutes later. You're like, oh no, it's still going.
Yeah.
It's still going.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Well, I wanted to see how far I could go. The thought was, like, when you're tired, how tired are you? Can you take another step? Okay. Can you take 2? Okay. Can you take 3? Can you just keep going? I bet you can keep going. Let's see how long you can keep going. And then you get to this point where you just think about breathing. Just think about breathing. That's what I was thinking about. I was just thinking about in and outs and just trying to stay, almost like a meditative state, trying to stay in the zone. And I was pouring sweat. I set off the fire alarm.
That's what
There was so much steam
I've
coming
never
off
seen
my
that
body.
before.
Nuts.
It set off the fire alarm.
That's nuts.
That was like 4 hours in.
I feel like that's
the
a
fire alarm
story
went off.
most people don't get to tell about themselves, you know? Like,
Dude, it was madness. This is not how I work out. I work out for like maybe an hour at most. I hit the bag. I'll do some rounds. I'll lift a little weights. I'm not trying to kill myself. Like this was very interesting because I didn't know how my body would respond to like a month of psychotic exercise.
Did you do the thing? Did you guys do the things where you'd be like, the voice would say, you got to quit, take a walk for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Alright, guys. I'm going to call it for the night. Bring her back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching.